Hi, thank you for watching. In this video, I'm going to talk about a free gift that can totally change your life. Today, I'd like to read from St. Paul's letter to the Romans, chapter 5, verse 15. Adam prefigured the one to come, but the gift itself considerably outweighed the fall. If it is certain that through one man's fall so many died, it is even more certain that divine grace, coming through the one man, Jesus Christ, came to so many as an abundant free gift. St. Paul talks about an abundant free gift that God gives us. And that is what we call God's grace, or another word might be God's favour, or His help, or His power. That God gives us this grace, this power to help us live our lives in freedom. He gives us an abundant free gift to help us live freely. As Christians, we understand that God created us free, and He placed us in the Garden of Eden. He put our first parents, Adam and Eve, in the Garden of Eden, and He gave them only one command, which was not to try and be like God. He gave us total freedom and said, there's one thing I don't want you to do. Don't try to be like me. Apart from that, everything's fine. And of course, what did Adam and Eve do? They decided they wanted to be like God. Now, in doing that, they disobeyed God, so they sinned, and in that sin, they introduced into the world both sin and death. Well, what on earth has the actions of Adam and Eve got to do with me? Well, as Christians, we understand that Adam and Eve are our first parents. And as our first parents, they've handed down to us as a family hereditary trait the tendency towards sin and also death. We know that we're going to die, and we tend to do things in our lives which aren't always good or aren't always right, and we might struggle against doing that. Some people struggle more than others. We call that sin. So they pass down to us that tendency or desire to sin and also death. God doesn't want that for us, so He has sent Jesus to save us from our sin, to give us His power, to give us His favour, to give us His help, to help us overcome doing that, that we may live our lives in a good way, in a right way, like God has done, like Jesus has showed us. And also He has freed us by His rising from the dead from death. And if we accept Jesus into our hearts, we accept His new life into our hearts. He pours that gift freely into us. He gives it to us totally freely. That is the amazing gift of God. And that gift transforms our lives. It might transform our lives in a flashbang moment, but more often than not, it transforms our lives gradually, day by day, if we accept Jesus every day into our hearts and into our lives. God pours His abundant free gift into each one of us. If you want that free gift, all you have to do is open your heart and say, Lord, I want the gift of Jesus in my life. I want the gift of your love in my life. Give me the abundant free gift of your grace. Lord, I desire it. I long for it. That's all we have to do. Make that prayer earnestly, and God will listen and God will respond. Thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, share it with your friends, share it with your family, that they too may know about the power of God working in their lives. See you in the next video.